hakutakuwa na huzuni tena, kwani magonjwa ameyaponya. Nyuma geuka, mbele tembea, hakutakuwa na huzuni tena, kwani magonjwa, dhiki, shida, tabu kaviondoa. Sasa uko huru. Yesu akwambia unakata tamaa, nyuma geuka, mbele tembea, hakutakuwa na.
Praise God, our viewers. I would like to welcome you to our online service. I'm Captain Charles Atsulu, the Territorial Cashier, Kenya West Territory. And we are going to read from the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 20 to 25. Exodus, chapter 23, verse 20 to 25. And I'm going to read Exodus chapter 23, verse 20 to 25. It says, "See, I am sending an angel ahead of you to guide you along the way and to bring you to the place that I have prepared. Pay attention to him and listen to what he says. Do not rebel against him. He will not forgive you for your rebellion, since my name is in him. If you listen carefully to what he says and do what I say, I will be an enemy to your enemies, and I will oppose those who oppose you. My angel will go ahead of you and bring you into the land of Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Hivites, Jebusites, and I will wipe them out. Not bow down before their gods, or worship them, or follow their practices. You must demolish them and break their sacred stones to pieces. Worship the Lord your God, and his blessings will be on your food and water. I will take away sickness from amongst you." So I want to welcome Major Kenneth Njeri to pray with us.
Na tuombe. Baba wetu uliye juu mbinguni, Mungu wetu mtakatifu, twajiweka mikononi mwako kwa sababu unastahili kuabudiwa. Na ndipo tumesimama mbele zako wakati huu, Mungu, mtumishi wako akiwa tayari kuleta neno lako. Najiomba Baba, mtumikie kama chombo ulichokichagua siku ya leo kuleta ujumbe kutoka kwako, ili Mungu, watu wako waweze kubarikiwa. Roho wako mtakatifu anene pamoja nasi. Utubarikie na utuongoze. Zaidi yote Mungu, tunaweka watu wako mikononi mwako, wanaohangaika huku na huku, walio wagonjwa, Mungu wabarikie. Ili Baba wakipona tutasema asante. Mjumbe anapoenda kuleta ujumbe, Mungu mtakase na mtumikie jinsi upendavyo. Na ni katika pendo lake Yesu Kristo Mwokozi wetu. Amen.
The theme of today is being obedient to the voice of God. Being obedient to the voice of God. Israel was a nation that was chosen by God, and as we understand, Israel had stayed in a foreign land for a long time. And the news of their going back home was received with a lot of joy, for they knew that their suffering was coming to an end. But God, knowing that they would be tempted to go astray, and knowing that their journey was long, he had to send an angel to go with them. This angel had a responsibility to play on the journey, and this angel had a responsibility to play in the lives of the children of Israel. And also God gave the instructions that were supposed to be followed by the Israelites on their journey back to the promised, or the journey back to the land that he had prepared for them. When you read verse 20 in the book of Exodus chapter 23, when you read verse 20, it says, "See, I am sending an angel before you to guard you God knew that the journey would not be smooth. He knew that the journey would be full of challenges. He knew that these people will meet enemies on the way. He knew that these people will meet dangerous animals on the way. He knew that these people will lack basic needs like food and water and shelter. He knew that they will come across diseases as they were traveling to the land that he had prepared for them. So he saw a need of them not going alone, of them not walking alone, but a need of them going with this presence which was represented by his angel. So the angel had a responsibility to guard them against all this. He was also to bring them to the land that God had prepared for them. And for this angel to accomplish these responsibilities, Israelites were given part to play, failure to which this angel would leave them desperate and alone a long way the journey. The responsibilities that they had to play, one, they had to pay attention to everything that the angel was directing them to do. And they were not supposed to worship any other god on the way or in the land that they were going. They were not supposed to do anything that was against God's will, and they were supposed to destroy places of idol worship, places of worshiping other gods, and shrines that were there that used to worship other gods. They were only to worship the living God who was taking them out of the land that they were suffering and out of the land that was not their own. So, by obeying this command, they were to show their love for God. As we read in John chapter 14, verse 15, which says, "If you love me, you will obey my command." Or if you love me, you will obey what I command. And when we read Isaiah chapter 15, verse 22, it says, "To obey is better than sacrifice." So this means it was important for the Israelites to obey what God was commanding them, to obey what the angel was instructing them, other than going astray and disobeying and looking for a way of reconciling themselves with their God. God was doing this because he did not want them to miss the great benefit that he had prepared for them. God would want to fight the enemies that were across or before the Israelites. This is one of the benefits that God was promising them. And God had promised them that he will bring them to this land, the land that was full of blessings, the land that there were no sickness that would come upon them, and God was going to give them full lifespan, and no one was going to die prematurely. So they would be sure as they were living that their enemies, God was taking control of them. They would be sure as they were living that blessings were coming from God to be upon them, to be upon their children. They would be sure as they were living that no one would die prematurely. Everyone would live to the point that God had prepared him or her to live. So God was not going to accept anything that would destroy them to come upon them. This is because of his love for them. When you read Isaiah chapter 62, verse 1 to 3, it says, "For Zion's sake I will not keep silent. For Jerusalem's sake I will not keep quiet, till her righteousness shines out like dawn, her salvation like a blazing torch. The nations will see your righteousness, and all kings your glory. You will be called a new name that the mouth of the Lord will bestow, will be a crown of splendor in the Lord's hand, a royal diadem in the hand of your God." This shows how great the love of God was upon Israelites, because he was promising he will not keep silent. He was promising he will not be quiet until he sees Israel owning what he had prepared for them. And when we read Deuteronomy 28, verse 2 to 9, it states blessings that would come upon Israelites if they would remain obedient to God. One blessing, it says, they will be blessed in the city and in the country. Their offsprings will be blessed. Their land and animals will be blessed. God will fight their enemies. They will always be at the top, but not at the bottom. These are some of the blessings that they are being promised, that no one will be at the bottom, but everyone will be at the top, because they are children of the promised land. As Israelites were supposed to be obedient to God for him to walk with them, we today need also to obey or to remain obedient to God for him to walk with us in our daily lives. God created us and set us apart for a purpose. The purpose is for us to have close relationship with him, and this relationship will come as we fellowship with him. And upon being obedient to God, there are many blessings that will come, but the ultimate blessing is eternal happiness that will come for those who will remain obedient to our living God. So we must work hard regardless of the challenges to make sure that we achieve this. We should not fear anything, because we are assured of the protection that comes from our God. Psalm 46, verse 1 to 3, it says, God is our refuge and strength, an everlasting help in times of trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth gives away and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake in their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. So brothers and sisters, what we should understand is that fear should not engulf us. Fear should not destroy us. Fear should not separate us from this love that God has given unto us, but we should remain obedient regardless to the challenges that we face in our daily lives. As we live in our daily life, we are faced with different challenges. Maybe as I'm speaking to you, you are undergoing sickness. Maybe as I'm speaking before you or to you today, you've lost a close relative, a family member. Maybe as I'm speaking to you, you've lost a job. Or maybe you've tarmacked for a long way looking for employment without success. Your education is like it's coming to an end because there seems no opportunity of getting school fees. In all these challenges, we are encouraged to remain focused. We are encouraged to remain obedient to our Creator, for his love is great love. Romans 8:35, it asks questions, and it says, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Is it trouble? Is it hardship? Is it persecution? Is it famine? Is it nakedness? Nothing of what we've mentioned here should separate us from the love of God. Nothing of this that we've mentioned here should make us disobey our God. So brothers and sisters, let nothing separate us from the love of God, and let nothing make us disobey our living God. As we understand from the book of Psalm 37, verse 25, it says, I was young and now am old, yet I have never seen the righteous forsaken and their children baking bread. We understand these words came from David, and David had passed through so many challenges, and he was saying that he was young and now he was old, and yet he had not seen a righteous person of God having been forsaken. So we understand as we remain obedient to God, there's no day that God is going to forsake us. Let us remain obedient and let us remain righteous, and our God will fight for us. And as he fought for the children of Israel, he will do so to us today. In Hebrews 13:8, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So, as we are going to pray, I would like you to present yourself before God with obedience, and He will work out things and bring you to the place that He has prepared for you. So I would like to welcome Major Kenneth Njeri to pray with us.
Na tuombe. Ewe Yesu Kristo, mwana wa Mungu, asante kwa sababu umenena pamoja nasi kupitia kwa maandiko matakatifu ambao mtumishi wako Baba ameleta mbele yetu. Na Mungu, tunajua kwamba uliongoza wana wa Israeli wakati wa shida. Na Mungu, walipokuwa na shida, wewe uliwashika mkono na ukawaongoza mpaka nchi ya ahadi. Tunasema asante kwa sababu mjumbe ametukumbusha tuweze kutii sauti yako na tuweze kutii maandiko matakatifu, tuweze kutii yale yote mawaidha ambao unatuambia katika maandiko matakatifu, ili wakati wowote tutakapotii, Baba, umetuahidi baraka zako. Asante kwa neno lako, asante kwa kunena pamoja nasi, asante kwa sababu ya Roho Mtakatifu ambaye amenena kwa kanisa lako. Tunakumbuka nchi yetu ya Kenya, wakati huu Bwana, tunapohangaika huku na ugonjwa wa korona. Najua kwamba Mungu, ushindi utatupatia kwa sababu tunategemea wewe. Sifa na utukufu ni wako. Wakati tutakapoona watu wako wameepuka janga hili, tutasema asante na tutalihimidi jina lako. Asante kwa wote waliosikia sauti yako. Asante kwa yote ambao unatutendea. Walio wagonjwa hospitalini, Baba, uweze kupona. Asante kwa sababu ya wanafunzi, walimu, Baba, wako manyumbani, na kuomba Bwana, endelea kuwapa utulivu, endelea kuwapa amani, hata wazazi wanafunzi hawa. Mungu,
thank you our viewers for taking your time to listen to us and taking your time to be with us in today's service. I hope that in the coming days you will also take your time to listen to us, and much blessings from the Almighty God. I also want to thank Major Kenneth Njeri, who's prayed with us today, and also to thank the Territorial Public Relationship Officer, Captain David Odanga, who has worked behind the scenes to make sure that we receive this service today. May God bless us all. Amen.
Yesu kawambia ule msafara, nyuma geuka, mbele mbele tembea. Hakutakuwa na mazishi tena, kwani mtoto amefufuka. Nyuma geuka, mbele tembea. Hakutakuwa na mazishi tena, kwani mtoto kamfufua, kamrudishia yule mjane. Nyuma geuka, mbele tembea. Hakutakuwa na mazishi tena, kwani mtoto kamfufua.